you guys, this is going to be a tarot guidance reading, so it's random. Okay, so whoever is meant to resonate with this is for you. I would highly suggest not trying to force readings to resonate with you when they don't. You have to use your discernment. If it feels like it resonates with you deep down inside, you know it's for you. Then you know when it's for you and when it isn't for you. So I'm going to ask Divine Spirit to tap into the energy of what this message means. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? What does this message mean, Divine Spirit? Give me clear, accurate, divine guidance for those who are meant to receive this message. These cards are rejecting themselves. So you have the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers cards that want to come out. The Nine of Pentacles that wants to come out. The Ten of Swords that wants to come out. One more and I will start. If I need to do clarification, I will. One more card. The Eight of Wands. Bottom card, Seven of Swords. So there's a lot going on that you don't see, and this person is dealing with a lot right now. Okay, they want to make sure that you don't see something. Okay, so whatever this is, what's ever going on, they could be also conflicted mentally. The Lover's card, this could be a situation where there's more than one person involved. Maybe they have to choose between two people. The Two of Pentacles are having a hard time with making a decision. There's a lot of juggling going on. It's not a clear-cut decision that's being made. It's like a should I, shouldn't I? It could, if it's not in relations to people, it could be a path that they're thinking about taking. Could I, because it's kind of like, if this is a love situation, I'm seeing that this person is thinking, is this person marriage material, or is this person just a fling type of, vibe? Could they be more? They may be stuck between someone who they feel like is wife material and someone, or husband material, or someone that they feel like is just a friend or something that's just good for fun, or a fling. With the Nine of Pentacles coming up, I feel like they're focusing on should they be single or not. They could even be bored with the game of infidelity. They could be bored with just the play, just playing the field. They might want something serious, but they're trying to make a decision of which path they should take. They're receiving a lot of messages from Spirit, but it's a matter of if they hear them, because if they're so focused as a Ten of Swords and negative thinking, it's very hard to hear Spirit. There's a lot of birds in these cards. Three of the cards have birds in them. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Wands. They all have birds, which represent messengers, okay? So I feel like also Spirit is speaking to them. This Cupid, this baby Cupid is blindfolded. So it's like love hits you unexpectedly, or love has hit them unexpectedly. And, it doesn't pick or choose between race sometimes. It doesn't choose between genders sometimes. It doesn't choose between backgrounds, religions, size, or weight. It doesn't matter. Whether you're in a good space in your life or whether you're depressed. It doesn't pick or choose circumstances. It just happens. Pretty much love just hits you unexpectedly. And I feel like this is where this person is, or something in the matters of the heart has hit them unexpectedly. With the Eight of Wands, I feel like they're going to be more focused on where they're placing their energy moving forward. There's a lot of heavy attraction, or this could be like they're focusing on something very strongly. Let's see, let's clarify Divine Spirit. Okay, so the Star card, very focused on their dreams and their goals. But as they do that, Spirit's going to trigger them to focus on what needs to be healed also. But if they stay focused on the task at hand, and if they follow Divine Spirit in healing what needs to be healed, they will be granted a successful new beginning. Things have to be closed out with the World card. They're not going to be able to step into anything new with old energy, old behaviors, relationships that don't serve them. The Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups came out in reverse. I don't know how that happened, but it came out in reverse. So I feel like with the Seven of Wands, this is an energy of persevering and doing the work as Spirit presents it to them, which may not be easy tasks, but with following that, it's going to shift out of whatever emotional discontentment they feel, maybe depression, maybe feeling like they're lacking something emotionally, just simple unhappiness, depression, if I didn't say that already, into finally making a decision and knowing that they can't juggle these three pentacles. They're going to have to choose between something, okay? Seeing the value within something is going to eliminate other things that really don't serve them. So they have to look at the value of their interactions with people or their relationships or certain paths that they're taking, whether this path is beneficial or it isn't beneficial. Because the pentacles represent something that's long lasting. Sometimes it can be taken as something superficial, but earth energy really, it requires nurturing and it requires patience and love and divine timing. It's not something you can rush into. So seeing that for what it is, seeing both sides of the coins, yes, there's a superficial side, but yes, there's also a substantial or beneficial side as well. So they're going to have to figure out which pinnacle is worth keeping, is worth investing in, worth what seed is worth planting and nurturing and building upon. It's up to them what's worth investing. So I feel like that's where, what they're thinking, where they're at. And these are things that may not be on the surface to where you can see them. They may be hiding this from you, or they might be hiding it from the world, but they are dealing with this energy, I feel strongly. Let's see if there's anything else the Spirit would want you to know in relation to whatever the situation is. Divine Spirit, ask for highest guidance. The Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. This card is sticking out. The Two of Swords. So your mind is pretty balled up. It's like you have some indication that something may be going on, or you might have an idea that, yeah, this resonates or that makes sense. I can see that. But at the same time, you don't trust it. The Five of Swords, heavy conflict mentally. You don't really trust in your insight. Five of Pentacles, yeah, because it doesn't show on the outside. It's not something you're able to see. It's kind of like something you can just brush over. But it is happening. Here he is again. The Knight of Pentacles comes out. So even if you can't see it, you might perceive that it's one thing when it's really another. You're conflicted because a part of you says that this is what's going on, but you don't trust it. There's two birds in each card. So you have two cards with two birds in them, almost identical. So it could be that you're receiving the same messages that this other person is receiving, or you're being guided to do something similar to what this person is being guided to do. Or it could be what's going on with this person, but at the same time, there's a part of you that doesn't trust your intuition. So you're bumping your head with the Five of Swords. There's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of second guessing, a lot of anxiousness. Could even be with the Five of Pentacles, your thoughts are manifesting lack. So when you think about something and you're looking at only the negatives, it's going to reflect back to you in your physical world with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So what you think you're putting out. But know that the truth is that this person is trying to figure out what's worth investing, what's worth taking on, what it is that they want, what it is that they don't want. They are trying to free themselves with the Devil card. It's hard to see. I know. With the Devil card, they are trying to free themselves of some sort of attachments to something, or unhealthy attachments or unhealthy patterns. They want to cut cords with something too. I feel like they want to cut cords with behaviors, with people. With the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, this is usually an indicator that love is on the way, or this has something to do with love. They may be contemplating how they want to approach something in the matters of the heart. So they're sitting, I feel, on stagnation mode, but not really stagnation, because whatever Spirit's guiding them to do at this time is what they should be doing. Okay, 3 cards wanted to come out. Spirit's telling you to pay attention to your intuition. Use it wisely, because the ego tries to speak louder than your intuition. Your intuition is trying to find balance right now. So your ego may be louder than your intuition, but you'll have to work through that. Especially with trusting yourself. It's like a self-love routine. The more you trust yourself, the more you love yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you trust yourself. But just know that your ego sometimes wants to be fed, wants that boost, whether it's a negative feeling or whether it's something that makes you feel good. But at the end of the day, your intuition is trying to find balance right now, or you're adjusting to trusting yourself more when it comes to things. I don't know why, but I feel like you might be tested through certain avenues. Like everything that you see may not be what it is, or maybe everything that someone else tells you may not always be. It might test you to trust yourself. So if they're saying something to you and it doesn't feel right, but it sounds like it could be believable, question everything, because I feel like Spirit's really testing you to see if you trust yourself. So even as I'm speaking, it could be one of those things. So that's what I feel like. Spirit's testing people, because Spirit's trying to get you to balance out your intuition and your ego. So your ego can make you believe things that aren't true sometimes, and that's the energy I pick up with the Temperance, that it creates this illusion that this is what it is because you keep thinking about it, or because of a gut reaction. Sometimes gut reactions are yeses, and sometimes they're no's. They come from fear, they come from control, anxiety, your ego needing to be fed, or it could just be a signal to pay attention to something. But there's a fine line between trusting yourself and deceiving yourself too. So I feel like Spirit just wanting you to trust yourself as much as possible, even if it comes out to be that that's not what it is, because it's still leading you towards your truth. It's like you kind of have to stumble and fall in order to understand what the walk is all about, in order to walk the path. It's like, I don't know if it makes sense, because I can't tell you how many times I thought that something was and it wasn't, and I felt it so strongly. I thought it was this and I thought it was that. I've even had validation from outside sources that it was this and it was that, with little things, and it never came to pass. It never come to be. But it's always leading you somewhere, and that sounds discouraging. But believe me when I tell you that it's like an exercise, like you're working a muscle. So you have to continue to work on your intuitive muscle in order for it to be much stronger. And I'm learning that now. Nothing is ever a mistake. Nothing is ever a loss. That's another thing that I'm learning. But yeah, that's the message that I'm getting. I hope that it resonates with you. Trust yourself first and foremost, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it might not turn out to be what you expect, or might not turn out to be what you heard or think it was going to be, or was told it was going to be. The only thing that matters is you're walking your path. It's all beneficial to you. So much love to you guys. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, please check out my website. Just be sure to sign up in order to purchase out on my website. If you guys would like a emergency reading within a 24-hour time frame from purchasing, you guys can purchase an emergency reading with me. I'll leave that information in the description. If you guys just want a quick mini reading, if you guys have like a question or a couple of questions, you guys can always hit me up on Instantgo mobile app for readings. It's for Apple iPhone users only for right now. Also, if you guys want to follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, that information too is in the description box below. So much love to you guys as always. Until the next reading. Peace.